What's up, guys? Chris here from Eagle Ridge, and as promised, I'm going to do a breakdown and cleaning on this single action revolver. A couple of you have asked too that I do a little closer breakdown and cleaning of my EDC, my Ruger. It's not terribly dirty right now, so I'm not going to do it. You're going to hear some noises because the shop dogs are running around, and it is Memorial Day, so everybody's shooting off fireworks and stuff because that's what we want to send the veterans into a PTSD-induced nightmare. But anyway. So you don't have to wear rubber gloves, but I do because I don't want all this oils and things on my hand. So let's get into it. All right. The very first thing I do is go ahead and clean my holster. So let's pull this back. Now this is my specific holster. This is how it works. This may not work with yours. It just depends on what rig you're running. I use some of this Lexol leather quick care. Man, I use this on my guitar straps. I use it on my guitar cases. Just whatever. So let's pump it up. Spray it down. Get this wiped off nice and pretty. We'll wipe this whole thing down here. Roll her over. I'm not going to hit the rawhide too much, just enough to knock that dust out of it. Come through, hit that. This is the strap that holds the hammer in so it doesn't slide out of your holster. I do like to grab my my straps that go around your leg. Just kind of give them a quick pull through. Alright, and now I gotta remember how to put it back together. Yeah, it's this way. Alright. Take your rawhide, pass it back through. And push the leather through. Use the rawhide to pull it through. Get her put back together there, because this is your belt loop. This is your actual holster. Now it will hold the gun. Like I said, this is the little rawhide strap that holds the hammer, keeps it from pulling out of the holster. So I would consider that to be clean. So we'll hang that up. You guys know that I smoke while you're cleaning your gun. It's the same as if you were shooting your gun. Don't be drinking. Alcohol and firearms don't mix. Don't be smoking, because this is exceedingly flammable. So I have to say that now so that we're covered. Alright, let's throw the glasses on here. Hi. And we'll get the cleaning kit out. Alright. So now in my kit, I just have a standard multi-kit, but I've added to this. I have a toothbrush. I need to get some more, but I have Q-tips. There's your patches, and then it's sort of standard issue from there. So you got the 22 caliber brush, or wire brush. Got the 22 caliber soft brush. You can see I need to replace this because it should look like that, but you can tell the 22 and the 9mm are the ones I use the most. So I got those two. We'll get the handle, we'll get the adapter. I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. We'll get one rod, because this kit does also do rifles and shotguns, so obviously we're not doing a long gun, so a single rod will be sufficient. And then we need the 22 caliber patch holder. I apologize for the fireworks in the background. Alright, we'll set that aside. Now, since this Magnum cylinder is already out, I have to put it back in frame. I'm going to go ahead and spritz it down. Just kind of get some down in the cylinders. To the front of the cylinder. To the outside. I'm going to set him back here just to sit and soak. Now, again, as with any time you're messing with a firearm, let's check it for clear. With these single action revolvers, you can do the movie thing. Just make sure you don't see any brass. But this is also how you're going to take your cylinder out. So you're going to go half cock. These are like the old Colts that have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, half cock is 1, 2. And open your loading gate. There is a transverse pin here. Okay, that means that it transverses the plane. You have to press that. You can pull the base pin. Ooh, that's really dirty. Pull the base pin out. Open your loading gate again. Cylinder comes right out. Now, I will take my cylinders. Make sure I'm getting it down in those holes. Same thing we just did with the Magnum. Just spritz her down. Let that sit and soak, because that that gunpowder will etch into the cylinders and things. I also like to take my base pen, spray it down. This doesn't really need to be scrubbed that much, so I'll go ahead and wipe it down. I should do that on frame. Go ahead and wipe him down. So the base pen is done for now. Now, with the frame of the gun itself, you want to really spray your forcing cone. Spray some in the end of the barrel. Spray the whole frame down. Again, this isn't the ballistol that I would normally use, so I'm not going to get it on these scrimshaw grips, but I am just going to kind of spritz the whole frame. And now we let that sit and soak. Again, don't smoke. That's a no-no. The first thing we soaked down was the Magnum cylinder, so we're going to go through and scrub her out. So, push your wire brush through each one of the bores. Again, you're going to hear some noise from the shop dogs, and you might hear some noise from the people shooting off fireworks and all that good stuff. Alright, so we've hit it with the wire brush. Now I just like to wipe it down. That cylinder is clean. I'm going to set him aside again. I'm going to do the same thing with the long rifle cylinder. Double check everybody's nice and tight. Push that through, pull it back, push it through. That one's particularly dirty. Let's pull that out. There's the fireworks. Make sure everything's still screwed together nice and tight. And the same thing, there is a little bit of a lip here that I'm going to wipe down. I'll wipe the front of the cylinder off. Actually, from firing it so much, I'm going to scrub the front of this cylinder. I'm not worried about the finish, I'm not worried about the paint. I just want to make sure it's nice and clean. Probably doesn't show up on camera, but man, that's taken so much of that black off. Okay, then we're going to wipe down the entire cylinder, nice and pretty. Now we got to work on the frame. So the first thing I want to do is I want to wipe all that stuff off my glove. Then I want to wipe down the grip. Now, I've not shot it enough to worry about the back strap or pulling the grips off, things like that. I do worry about whether the Hoppies is going to mess up the scrimshaw grips. I don't think it will. I know Ballistol won't, but I'm just going to wipe those down. I'm going to wipe my hand down again because I just touched that whole frame there. We're going to turn this, run the wire brush up through the barrel couple of times because 22 long rifle is a very dirty round. Alright, come back here, scrub on the inside of the frame, just all over the place. Scrub the top strap. I'm going to open that loading gate, scrub it a bit. I'm a little worried. The only complaint I have is I feel like this loading gate is a little weak for what it could be because it is a polymer metal. Let's really get in there and scrub that down. Scrub around that forcing cone. Let's tighten her back up there. Run that back through the barrel a couple more times. I want to take the safety off. Go ahead and let the hammer down so that the firing pin is protruding. Let's scrub that real good. The ejector rod's pretty clean. Let's scrub her up a little bit there. Not too much because I don't want to remove the bluing and the finish on the barrel. Now, close your loading gate. Start wiping the whole thing down. We're going to take the wire brush off. Just unscrew it from your rod here. I'm going to screw on the soft brush. And run the soft brush down the muzzle and through the barrel. Do that a couple of times. Really make sure we're getting all those deposits out. I'm going to set the frame to the side. I'm going to take my Magnum cylinder and push that soft brush through it. I'm actually going to do it from the back because it's a little wider at the back. The casing, the cartridge on a 22 Magnum is a little bigger than a 22 long rifle. The bullet's the same size, but the bore is a little bigger at the back. And I also want to run right through there where the base pin goes. Get that nice and cleaned out. And you know, since my brush is getting a little old, you'll have a little bit that stays behind. Do the same thing with this 22 LR cylinder. Straighten out my towel here. And I do have a dedicated towel, a dedicated washcloth. Just all these things are only meant for doing this. And once I sit here and clean all the guns and everything, I'll take this towel, I'll take the washcloth, I'll take the washcloth from the leather cleaner. Those all go to the laundry. Now I'm going to take the lubricating oil. I'm just going to kind of spray a little bit down in the bushing and where the base pin goes. I'm going to spray a little bit on the outside and on the back. So your gear wheel, the outside of the cylinder. Because I noticed in the couple of days that this sat in the case without being fired, it was building up some surface rust. So I'm going to spray the outside, spray that down a little bit where the base pin goes, spray the gear wheel, let that sit, and I'm going to wipe my hand off here. I'm actually going to use the towel to grab the grips. I'm going to do the same thing. A little bit of lubricating oil up in there where the gears are, right in there on the forcing cone, the inside of the frame, and I'm going to real lightly spray the whole frame and a little bit on that ejector rod. Then we're going to let that sit for a minute. Wipe it down one more time. Sorry, this excuse me. The cleaner and the preservative tend to make me choke up a little bit. We got a clean cylinder here. We got her all wiped down. So we're going to stick that over here in the little case. And then we'll do the same thing with the LR cylinder. I'm going to wipe her down. Now I need to take the actual frame and try to get this to where I can run my patch down through the barrel, get all that excess out of it. I have to set it down. I know you guys can't really see it. There we go. Run that all the way through. Pull her all the way out. I got the excess out of the barrel. Now I don't need the cleaning rod anymore. Now for the rest of it, I'm going to wipe my hands down. I'm going to wipe the grips down. And then I'm just going to wipe the whole gun down. Make sure I got all that excess out of the ejector housing. Get all the excess out of your frame opening. Get it out from around your loading gate. Wipe that safety down. Put the safety back on. Go ahead and cock it. Wipe that all nice and down. Just wipe the whole thing down. You want to leave a little sheen on there, but you don't want to leave too much. Get in that trigger guard. Alright, I'm going to wipe my hands again. I'll wipe my grips off. Go ahead and take my gloves off here. And then let's take the cylinder. We're going to open up the loading gate, put her on half cock, pop the cylinder in, get her roughly aligned, and then we got to press that transverse pin again. We're going to put in the oh Lord, I forgot the name of it. You know that part right there, the thing that the cylinder spins on. We're going to put that back in. We're going to check her for operational. Go ahead and put it on fire because we know we're clear. We're also going to go ahead and put it on half cock. Check for clear even though we just got done cleaning it. Yeah. I believe that she might be clean. We'll throw her in the case, and that's how you clean your single action revolver. Thank you guys so much for watching. I could turn this around, but do I really want to? I don't want to go tighter. I want to back out. There it is. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. You can leave me a like, comment, you can leave me a dislike, but you gotta tell me why. If you haven't already, hit that bell for the notifications. Leave us a comment so we know that you're here. Hit the bell so that you know that we're here. I appreciate you stopping by. Share it with your family and friends. And as always, it's going to be a good day. This is why it's dirty. That's all my empty casings from the other day. And this is like a half-gallon Atlas mason jar that I did a painting on the back of. But yeah, that's why it's dirty.